morning. Good morning. Talk about preaching to the choir. A few months back, Pastor Rob came to me and asked me to share my story. And of course, it's free. You can say, yeah, you've got connections after all. But I couldn't do it for now. Because quite frankly, all of the emotions were still too raw. And also, I wanted to acknowledge that there's other people who have similar wars or battles going on. So, please keep this in mind and take this in a manner that it is meant and intended. It's really great to be here today, Father's Day especially. There's two things I want you to get out of this. I call it POP, POF, and I'm going to explain that as time goes on. Excuse me. As time goes on, you'll find out what that means towards the end of this. So we'll kind of tee this up and go through the event. August 9th, started on August 9th. Started like any other Saturday. Dawn and I got up. My mom has Alzheimer's, so she takes care of Mom, gets her ready to go to care. Saturdays are kind of special for us. It's the only day of the week that we have a few hours for ourselves. So I was looking forward to the day. And we had dropped Mom off, and like most wives, we had a honey-do list. And so we went out shopping for some wood to do my honey-do list. And at the end of that, we stopped by at a store local to the house and bought a few things, and I was walking up to the register. And as we were preparing to pay for our goods, I felt a pain. I felt them in the back. And I went, oh. Of course, Dawn goes, what's that? And I said, I don't know, but it seems a little familiar. And that's what I think it is. I'll know for sure in about 15 minutes. She says, not again? And I go, yeah, I think so. You see, 7 years earlier, I had a kidney stone. If you've ever had a kidney stone, they're not one of the most enjoyable things on earth. Sure enough, 15 minutes later, I found myself in the ER. And, I'm kind of cocky. So I walked into the ER, having worked in the medical profession and stuff. And the doctor came in and he said, what's wrong? Right? Like they always do. I said, well, I've got a kidney stone. And I said, I'll tell you what else you need to do for me. He said, you need to give me 2 shots of morphine because the first one won't work. You need to do this and this and this. And I named him off. And he said, well, you're right. But you forgot one thing. You forgot the CT scan. I said, oh, yeah, cha-ching, here comes, right? So, sure enough, I went down and had a CT scan. And he didn't come back. But he did give me the second shot of morphine. So I'm kind of floating a little bit high. And he didn't come back. And he didn't come back. And he didn't come back. And they weren't convincing on Saturday morning. So finally, he does come back. And he says, we've confirmed that you do have a kidney stone. Here's your strainer. Here's your prescription for your meds and all the other stuff that goes along with that. He says, do you have any other health issues? I go, not that I'm aware of. He said, well, let me tell you. I said, yeah, cancer. But with 2 shots of morphine, he said, do you have any questions? I go, no, I'm good. But I did remember to say, what's this mean? And he says, it means you're going to be in and out of some doctor's office, at least for the next few months. So for the fathers out there, you ever had your kid do something wrong? And you walk up to them and go, tell me what you did. That look on their face that they get. Well, that was the look this doctor had. He was telling me something that wasn't good. I got the carcinoma part out of it. I knew it wasn't good, but it really hadn't hit me until the next day, Sunday. And so, like most people, I turned to the answer book, right? I called Mr. Google. I called some Yahoo. And bing, I got the answer. Right? Sorry, I couldn't resist. And the answers all pointed to just being in front of me. Right? So, of course, the fear factor goes up. Tears start falling out. Right? Family's scared. And the worst part was I had to call my kids. That was tough. One of the things he told me before I left the ER was, I have a scheduled appointment for you first thing Monday morning with the general practitioner. You need to see me on 8 8 o'clock done, I go to the general practitioner's office. And I walked in, and I'd seen this general practitioner once or twice, maybe total I've seen him in 15, 20 minutes. And I asked them, is this thing treatable? And he looked her right in the eye and goes, no. Whoa. Now, he backed up a little bit. He goes, well, you know, we don't know all the information yet. So I went, okay, now I'm going to grab onto her, right? He says, we need to have her do a biopsy, and then we'll go from there. So he called the hospital and said, they will call you, and of course, they wait for them to call me, which is terrible. But they finally did call, and we got it hooked up. And what they're going to do is take a needle, stick it in my stomach, draw some fluid, and analyze that to clarify what the diagnosis was. The cancer that I have, and have, probably still do, was a particularly nasty one. Not that any of them are good. In most cases, cancer grows a tumor. Right? You can target the tumor, and you can zap it. You can shoot it with toxic chemicals called chemo, kill it. You can cut it out, get rid of it. Right? Those are the treatments that we have. And make no mistake, the chemo, those are some nasty chemicals. My particular kind of cancer is something very unique. It's very rare. Literally 1 in a million. I'm a member of a hidden group in Facebook. That in order to be part of that group, you would have to have the disease, be the caregiver of someone that has the disease. Worldwide, there's only 1,600 people. In the United States, there's only 300. So I figure maybe half of them are patients. That's how rare it is. So the way it manifests itself, you'll hear it referred to as appendix cancer, which is kind of a misnomer because it's not really cancer of the appendix. The cancer is caused by the appendix. It produces a fluid, jello, if you will, and the cancer cells are within that fluid. When the cancer cells do what cancer cells do and move around, they will attach themselves to something. And then they will create a tumor. You can do all the stuff that are already outlined for that. But until you kill the cancer cells, it's always going to reach out and grab something. Right? So how do you treat this? In my investigation, I found a Dr. Sugar Baker that has a very unique way of treating this particular kind of cancer. He works out of Washington, D.C. In the United States, he has mentored about 12, maybe 15 doctors that are called experts. And I'm in Silicon Valley, right? At the heart of the smart people, right? There's got to be somebody here that knows what to do. Stanford, come on, let's go to Stanford, right? Yeah, but Stanford had one researcher looking into it, nothing else, right? So what do? Well, I got my biopsy, and in the course of the biopsy, I remember the doctor came in, and you're awake, talking to him, and he's trying to pull this fluid out. And by the way, I got so much of it that they brought out a quart bottle. They did the ultrasound to make sure they get the needle in the right place. Went out and brought 2 more quart bottles in, but he couldn't get anything. He could barely get it out, about 17 cc. It was enough for the biopsy. Went over to talk to an assistant. Of course, my ears up to this. And at the end of the biopsy, he walked up to me and goes, well, good luck. Walks out of the room. Okay. I go, well, geez, I got at this point, I have my GP telling me no. I got Mr. Goodluck. I got an ER doctor. Things are really not going too well. But I found this guy, Sugar Baker, right at the time. And his unique procedure was, what they do is they do the Sugar Baker procedure. They fillet you open. Now, with all the scans, all the other technology we have, as it explained to me, you really don't know what you're dealing with. So you get the eyeballs look God made on the problem. You think you know, pretty good idea, but you don't know. So this surgery, they call it NAOS, even if medical procedures or medical people have brought into this, the mother of all surgeries. Worst case could last 18 hours. In my case, what, 7 days. Took out a gallon of this fluid. Lost 3 organs, parts of 2 others. And I didn't know this, but afterwards I actually read the surgeon's report that he dictates either during the procedure or afterwards, and found out all the other work this guy did. Let me digress a little bit. So here I am sitting at my after the oncologist, or just before I had met the oncologist. We walked in, Don and I walked in, and we said, okay, oncologist, you're the expert in cancer. What do I do? He literally shows up with a Google printout. And he doesn't know what it is. He never heard of it. Right? So far, the only one that knows about this sugar baker is coworkers. And so, things are looking pretty gloomy. First thing the oncologist does, he brings in the nice word, palliative care nurse. Okay? A palliative care nurse is about 1 step from hospice. They're pain managers. Right? Now the ironic thing is, I'm not in any pain. I don't feel a thing. So, if they hadn't told me I had cancer, I wouldn't know I had cancer. So, I go to the oncologist, and the best part of this is he had the biopsy report, had all the information in front of him. And he said, when I kept prodding him on how do we treat this, he says, well, we're just going to have to find, quote unquote, an aggressive surgeon. Okay. I don't know about you, the term aggressive and surgeon kind of gets your attention pretty quick. When I get some hack to chop me up. And so, as the week progressed, I had a conversation with God. There's a song back in the 70s, I think it was. And one of the lines says, you have a heart of Jesus. So, I prayed. And I made a deal. If you see me through this, I will do X, Y, and Z. The next morning, the very next morning, we get a call. There's a surgeon at Good Sam in Los Gatos. We found that he knows something. I'm going, oh boy, okay, here we go again. And so, I'm the type that, my dad was in the Marine Corps, see, he'll take care. You got a problem, don't wait for it to become a bigger problem. It's not just going to go away. Do something about it. I said, we'll do what we have to do. So, we met with this surgeon, Dr. Haskin. Right? Little guy, wears clocks and won't vote. Not much to look at. And I walked in, I'm thinking, I'm very skeptical, right? I've already had like 3 strikes. And he says, he goes through the pleasantries. And I said, so tell me what you're going to do. So he pulls up my old scan from 7 years ago, the first scan that they did with my kidney stone. And the second one. And he goes, here's the first one, here's the second one. 7 years. Remember that, 7 years. That's what he needs. And he literally walks me through, step by step, everything that I had learned about the sugar baker procedure. Okay? This is the morning after I had prayed. So, I'm going, you're giving me some more beer. Right? I'm hanging on, tell me some more. I said, do you know Dr. Sugar Baker? He goes, yeah, I know. He goes, I've actually spoken to him a couple times. I've given talks at his soirees. I know. It's okay. Have you done this before? 7 years. Right? So, well, you're the guy for me. Sign me up. So we scheduled for surgery 6 weeks later. And then we take our faith for granted. We come to church, we pray, we worship, we go on about our lives. Never do it. The global prayer circle that was here. They didn't look that. By the way, you did a great job. September 30th was surgery day. I had removed everything from my office. Quite frankly, I wasn't sure I was coming back the morning of surgery. I remember driving away from the home, wondering if I would see anything. Hospital was supposed to go 10 to 12 days. I was there 16 the first time, about 5 the second time. While you were in the hospital, a lot of things go on. You meet a lot of people. I had, quite frankly, more visitors than I ever imagined I would. And that was pretty humbling. Some people multiple times. And without question, every one of them helped me out. And of course, it was 5 days, 16 days. Actually, I think it was the second. I met a young lady, Grace, my daughter. Her name is Julie. I hated Julie. She walks in the first day, a little smile, and says, "Good morning, Mr. Haskin." She had this little sash on like a beauty queen, only it looked like a seatbelt. And she was from physical therapy. That's why I hated that thing. That's a strong one. And she said, "Are you ready to climb some stairs?" I said, "Are you nuts? You know what has happened to me?" Well, the first day, she got me to stand up and sit back down. But every day, she was a thorn in my side. And I got to a point where I knew if I could time it just right, I could go to the bathroom. And Julie would come in and she had other patients and she would leave. By the end of my stay, I climbed the stairs. There was a point in time that Julie wanted me to walk. And so I wasn't really in the mood to walk. Not because I didn't want to, because I couldn't. And people had a hard time understanding that. You see, one of the things that came out was I had some lung problems, I couldn't breathe. And so I kept telling people, I can't breathe, I can't catch my breath, I can't breathe. And yeah, we gotta walk. That'll get your lungs in shape. Well, they finally figured out maybe you can't breathe. So they took me downstairs and they stuck another needle on the other side of me and drew off a liter bottle. Suddenly I could breathe. And after I could breathe, Julie would come visit me. I'd grab her with, Chrissy Chromium. And we'd walk the halls, like my girlfriend. Chrissy and I would walk up. And Don would be sitting there going, "Look up, look up, look up." And I'm going, "No, I can't look up." They had removed the diaphragm and momentum and all that stuff. I didn't have any muscles, right? So the six-pack idea of me, you never going to happen. Right? So I didn't have the strength to stand like that. Still don't. But as time went on, things got a little better. Then there would be a regression. And it just went back and forth day to day. Still a lot of tears, still a lot of hope, still a lot of praise, There came a time when I was losing weight quite a bit. I couldn't eat. One of the side effects of the chemo, by the way, I didn't tell you, the way they do chemo, because you can't give it the way you normally do. When they fillet you open, they have this procedure called HIPEC. HIPEC is heated chemotherapy. It's what they literally do while you're fully open. So they fill you up like a bathtub with this heated chemical. They temporarily close you up. And then they spin you around, knead you like a bread dough, try to get this chemo to all of the places that it's supposed to go, because you got a one-time shot at it. Since it's not in the bloodstream, you can't give somebody chemo the normal. It's not in the lymph system, so you can't get it where you need to go. So you got a one-time shot at it. So heating it up seems to help. So I watched one of the side effects of that, and they didn't tell me this. I found out doctors will answer any question you have, and not one that you don't ask. And so, one of the side effects was my entire mouth turned into an ulcer, kind of like a canker sore. Could not eat anything. Trying to explain to people I can't eat. And of course, Dawn may only be 5 foot nothing, but she could be a pit bull when she wants to be. Right? And she's you gotta eat, you gotta eat. And so the first thing happens is all your taste buds go, right? You got nothing. You can't taste it. And then with the ulcers, it was painful to eat. So the last thing I wanted was anything other than, you ready for this? Popsicles. I ate more popsicles in those 16 days than I've ever in my entire life. Why? Simply for one reason. I couldn't taste them, but they were cold. They were cold enough to kill the pain that I was going through. And of course, every time I did happen to get something down, Dawn me on that phone, ordering me up something else. On average, I was consuming about 200 to 300 calories a day. And that was a good day. So I lost a lot of weight in a short amount of time. So first, I don't know if you've been in the hospital, if you ever do. They give you Coca-Cola in little bitty cans. Zach poured it in little suckers, right? And it was the one thing that I could taste, cola. Why cola? Lord only knows. And the doctor came in, the first thing he did, took them all away. I need a sugar and sweet, and that's why I can't sugar and sweet. I'm going on 200 calories, come on. So he took those away. The other person I met in the hospital was a guy named Bob. Bob was close to 90, if you were his 90. Kind of hunched over, and one of those guys that wears his belts up there. Bob was my spiritual visitor. He'd come in and he'd say, "Can I say a prayer with you?" I said, "Bob, not going out tonight." Bob had a broken voice, but he could pray good. Saw him every 3 days or so. They kind of rotate. The Catholics would come in one day, Bob would come in one day, somebody else would come in one day. Bob, by far, was the best. Actually, when I went back for my first scan, I saw him in the parking lot. Told him so. There was a lot of misery and fatigue, probably just depression, despair. And at one point, he said, "No, I don't know if this is all right. You want to take me? I'm okay." Didn't work out. Had another prayer. The very next morning, believe me, all the time, if it was anything different, I'd say so. The very next morning, my wife decides to order me another meal. bacon eggs. Right? That was very bacon. Guess what? Smelled like bacon. Tasted like bacon. Can you order more? So things progressively got better. Surgeon came in one day and mentioned, he goes, "You must be doing better." I go, what you know? He goes, "First time I seen you sit here with your legs crossed in bed." I said, "Well, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm ready to blow this joint and go home and do some real healing." He said, "Well, we'll see what we can about that." He took his time. It took a few more days. But eventually got to where we needed to go. You know, it's overall 90 pounds. 90 pounds of bone. I don't recommend the diet. But when I left there, I was at my high school weight. Never in my entire life have I ever figured that I would get back to my high school weight. I still don't have a whole lot of stamina. I still don't have a whole lot of strength. I woefully underestimated what it takes to recover from this sort of thing. By the grace of God, I'm here, and it's spotless. You know, one of my visitors was John Parks, and we had some conversations. One of them, I remember, he said, "God, you know, when you ask for something from God, sometimes He answers. Sometimes He doesn't. His will." And God said, John said something very profound. He said, "You count one thing." I said, "What's that, John?" He said, "Sometimes the answer is no." Where we're stuck. So, there's a silver lining in everything. Relationships are much more important to me now than ever before. People are more important to me now than ever before. All of you are more important to me now than ever before. You learn that you can love your wife more than you ever thought you could. You thought you did. You go through something like this, you find out how much more important your spouse is than your family. After 4 no-goes, GP, Mr. Good luck. Even a surgeon at one point said, "We have a go, no-go performance." You go in under the table, you know whether you're coming out. If you do come out, you don't know if he's going to be able to do what he's going to do. We had 4 no-goes. Things were looking fairly good after all things considered. What's the prognosis? When I met my surgeon the first time, I asked him an interesting question. I said, "You know, Dr. Stanislav, I know clearly that you're a man of science." Now, what do you mean? I said, "Are you a man of God?" Stop. Nobody's ever asked me that before. I'm not believing. Good enough for me, buddy. Faith is something, prayer is something. Tools that we all have, tools that you all have, again, we take for granted. So, in closing, I told you at the beginning there's 2 things that I got. POP, POF. What does it mean? POP, power of prayer. POF, power of faith. Remember where it came from. And all things are possible.
We'll all say that. Love you, Taylor.